The respiratory system, also respiratory apparatus, ventilatory system, is a biological system consisting of specific organs and structures used for gas exchange in animals and plants. The anatomy and physiology that make this happen varies greatly depending on the size of the organism, the environment in which it lives, and its involuntary history. In land animals, the respiratory surface is internalized as lining of the lungs. Gas exchange in the lungs occurs in millions of smaller air sacs. In mammals and reptiles, these are called alveoli, and in birds, they are known as atria. These microscopic air sacs have a very rich blood supply, thus bringing the air into close contact with the blood. These air sacs communicate with the external environment via a system of airways or hollow tubes, of which the largest is the trachea, which branches in the middle of the chest into the two main bronchi. These enter the lungs where they branch into progressively narrower secondary and tertiary bronchi that branch into numerous smaller tubes, the bronchioles. In birds, the bronchioles are termed parabronchi. It is the bronchioles or parabronchi that generally open into the microscopic alveoli in mammals and atria in birds. Air has to be pumped from the environment into the alveoli or atria by the process of breathing, which involves the muscles of respiration. In most fish and a number of other aquatic animals, both vertebrates and invertebrates, the respiratory system consists of gills, which are either partially or completely external organs bathed in the outer environment. This water flows over the gills by a variety of active or passive means. Gas exchange takes place in gills, which consist of thin or fat filaments and which is expose a very large surface area of highly vascularized tissue to the water. Other animals, such as insects, have respiratory systems with very simple anatomical features, and in amphibians, even the skin plays a vital role in gas exchange. Plants also have respiratory systems, but the directionally of gas exchange can be opposed to that in animals. The respiratory system in plants includes anatomical features such as stomata that are found in various parts of the plant. In humans, the other mammals, the anatomy of a typical respiratory system is the respiratory tract. The tract is divided into an upper and a lower respiratory tract. The upper tract includes the nose, nasal cavities, sinus, pharynx, and the part of the larynx above the vocal folds. The lower tract includes the lower part of the larynx, the trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and the alveoli. The including branching airways of the lower tract are often described as the respiratory tree or trich Nabal tree. The intervals between successive branch points along the various branches of tree are often referred to as branching generations, of which there are in the adult human about 23. The earlier generations, approximately generation 0 to 16, consisting of the trachea and the bronchi, as well as the larger bronchioles, which simply act as air, bringing air to the respiratory bronchioles. Alveolar ducts as alveoli, approximately generation 723, where gas exchange take place. Bronchioles are defined as the smaller airways lacking any cartilaginous support. The first bronchi to branch from the trachea are the right and left main bronchi, second only in the diameter to the trachea. These bronchi, 1 to 1.4 cm in diameter, enter the lungs at each hilum where they branch into narrower. The first bronchi to branch from the trachea are the right and left main bronchi, second only in diameter to the trachea. These bronchi these bronchi enter the lungs at each hilum, where they branch into narrower secondary bronchi known as lobar bronchi, and this branch into narrower tertiary bronchi. known as segmental bronchi. Further divisions of the segmental bronchi to 6 mm in diameter are known as fourth order, fifth order, and sixth order segmental bronchi, or grouped together as segmental bronchi. Compared to the 23 number on average of branchings of the respiratory tree in the adult human, the mouse has only about 30 such branchings. The alveoli are the dead and terminals of the tree, meaning that any air that enters them has to exit via the same route. A system such as this creates dead space, a volume of air that fills the airways after exhalation and is breathed back into the alveoli before environmental air reaches them. Thank you.